Well, my dear students, welcome to my class for ninth students. This is the continuity of is matter around us view. So, in the last class, we are discussed about the suspensions. What is meant by suspensions? Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture, right? So, in that heterogeneous mixture, these particles, suspension particles, can scatter the beam of light. A beam of light, it can scatter and make its path visible, right? The particles somewhat bigger than the solution particles. If you undisturbed, sometimes the particles of suspension settle of the bottom side. Okay now. So in this class I am going to discussing about the colloidal solutions. What is that? Colloidal solutions. Colloidal solutions. Colloidal solutions. Just imagine if you enter a dense forest at a early morning. Dense forest at a early morning. So what would you see in that morning time? So the sunlight, that sun rays are passing through the in between the trees, so that look very beautiful. Okay, Amma? So are in the film theater, at that light projects the light path you can see in the upper side of the your seat. That means wall side you can observe the pictures. That pictures because from the that light path. Right now. So at that type of we call as colloidal solutions. For example, in this also we have an activity. In that activity, I am taking a one test tube. In that test tube, I am going to fill some water. Fill some water. For this water, I am going to add. Milk. Milk or ink. Milk or ink. If you pour some 2 to 3 drops milk to water, the water particles are easily dissolved in this water. Or the ink drop. If you add a drop of ink, the ink particles are slowly dissolved in this water. So these mixture we called as colloidal solutions. This type of mixtures we call as colloidal solutions. How can you tell, sir? In forest time, at morning time, in forest we can observe the colloidal solutions. So in forests we have know that air is present. In that air, mist, or that means water droplets. That water droplets acts as a milk or ink type products. That means solute particles. These solute particles are scatter the light. These scatter the light. That means just example, you can take the first. This is the example. As an example for this, first imagine this. We have a one test tube. For the test tube, first I am going to fill the water. For that water, I am going to add some 2 to 3 drops of milk. So this milk is completely dissolved. But colloidal particles, the colloidal particles are somewhat larger than solution particles. Solution particles. Okay, now. And smaller than suspension particles. Smaller than suspension particles. Solution is a homogeneous mixture, right? Solution is a homogeneous. That's why these colloidal particles are larger, and also these suspension particles are heterogeneous. Let me now, what type of colloidal particles? What type of particles present in the colloids? Generally, colloidal appear as a homogeneous. Colloidal particles appears as a homogeneous. Actually, these are heterogeneous. these are heterogeneous. Please remember, colloidal particles of colloids, particles of colloids is heterogeneous, heterogeneous. Please remember, but it appear like a homogeneous. It appear like a homogeneous. This is the main thing. So in this colloids, from this colloids, we can observe the many situations. I already told that forest situations, or if you on the torch at the night time, we can observe that at the light you can observe the beam, that path of the light. In that path of the light, the smaller particles, that means dust or smoke particles are flow on this air. We can observe clearly on the light path. Okay, now the next thing is and also if you put a torch for this test tube, easily it can scatter the particles or beam of light. These colloidal particles scatter a beam of light. This we call as Tyndall effect. Why we call it this is Tyndall effect? That means the scientist who find out this, this is the Tyndall is a scientist name. He find out this effect. That's why they put the name Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect means the particles can scatter a beam of light, make its path visible. This is called as a Tyndall effect. This is very important. That means I have to write ma. So that's why this is very important. The particles can scatter a beam of light and makes path visible. This is called as a Tyndall effect. The scientist name Tyndall means this is a scientist name. So this is all about colloidal solutions. Next, properties of colloids. The very important property, that is a heterogeneous. Colloids is a heterogeneous. Please remember, heterogeneous, but it appear like homogeneous. So this is what some confusions. Suspend. First you have to remember solution, homogeneous. Next suspension, heterogeneous. This colloids also heterogeneous. These colloidal particles are heterogeneous, and the size of the particles are small. That is why we cannot see the particles from our naked eyes. That's why, because of small size. Can't observe through naked eyes, because of small size. Right, this is the one more thing. So but these particles are big enough. Big enough for Tyndall effect. That means scattering of light, and makes its path visible, for Tyndall effect. Right, ma. This is also one of the very best property. Next thing is these are not settled down. like these particles, that means colloidal particles cannot settle down at the bottom of the beaker like suspensions. Suspensions are settled down. First, best example for suspensions is the buttermilk. If you leave the undisturbedly that buttermilk, the particles of the buttermilk settles at the bottom and water flows at the top of, right ma? But these at anywhere you have to check ma, these milk particles cannot settle down. They are completely mixed. And also one more important is we cannot separate the components by filtrations. But we have some more advanced techniques, that is centrifugations. Centrifugations. Centrifugation. It is a process. Okay. So these are the properties of the colloidal solutions. In that, one more important point, that is dispersed phase and dispersed medium. Dispersed phase and dispersed medium. Dispersed phase means it is like a solute particles. This is like solute particles. Okay, for example, here milk particles acts as a dispersed phase. Dispersed medium means the component which is dissolved the dispersed phase, that is what dispersed medium, like solvent particles, right ma? So this is what dispersed phase and dispersed medium present in the colloidal solutions. So these are the very important things to make a colloidal solutions. So between these, from these two components, we can produce as the colloidal solutions. So complete mixture. That means milk acts as a dispersed phase and water acts as a dispersed medium, right? So this is what the colloidal solutions. In your textbook 2.1 table, you can observe the so many examples for aerosols, gels, shaving creams, foams, so many solid salts, and these are comes under colloidal solutions, right? Okay. And the next class we will discuss about the very interesting concept, that is separating the components of a mixture. That means how to separate the components in a mixture. This is what very important from the next. Okay, Rama? Thank you.